I mean, yeah, if you have any questions.
Sure. So, like, what is your favorite aspect about your trailer, and what is, like, how did you define your little home right here? Because I noticed your little atrium up there, and, you know, just trying to get ideas of how you decided you wanted to design your little niche in the trailer park.
Probably the first day I came in here. I was like, well, that's cramped in here.
Did you put this into, or was that already in there?
Yeah. And there were just elements about it that didn't serve me as well as I thought they could. And I felt like I was going to be here for a while. So the sink was the first thing to go. The sink was terrible. It was about this big and that deep. And that's standard, like all trailers have that. But you couldn't fit a dinner plate but sideways.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided that had to go. And while I was doing that, why not put in a granite countertop, you know?
Oh, look at this. We're interviewing a couple of is it trailer parkies? How do you guys call it?
Parkies.
Okay. And we have Alan and Gina. And we're just gonna ask them a few questions about the culture, maybe where they're originally from. Like, where did you guys come before you guys came to Santa Cruz?
I'm from Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm from Berkeley, Bay Area.
Okay. And then, how did you guys hear about the trailer park?
My freshman year, I took a class that was heavily involved with the garden and Kresge, and a few of the TAs of the class were parkies, and that was kind of the first time I came up here and experienced the culture here and got to know the people and the community, and it's a special place.
Yeah, I guess similar to her, like we were both in this class. It was called the Kresge Food and Community Lab, and it was a part of the Kresge core class. We were really involved with the garden, and both of us have been involved down there for the last 3 years now, I guess. And yeah, just being in Kresge, close to the trailer park, there's just a lot of folks who lived up here and in the woods and would come down and just be in the garden and just were friends of ours, and so we would always come up here and just experience the culture of this place. And yeah, it's definitely like a really welcoming space. Like people are just like always open to like strike into conversation, even if they don't really know your name yet. Like people just come through here all the time. There's travelers and just different students come up here, and it's the kind of place there's like no time hardly ever here. It's parky time. It's very timeless. Like we call it like the vortex.
We call it the vortex because once you enter here, it's really hard to leave.
And then when you're gone, you like always like you feel like you're spinning back into the vortex. Like I think it's back.
I think
time
it's time.
Back. Like,
I think it's about time. Like I went out last night and it was like 9 o'clock. Like whoa, like I need to go back. Like, I'm out way too late.
Yeah, this place you can be here for a long time and just kind of lose track and just like be in the moment. And yeah, it's just an enjoyable, like really comfortable place to be, and you're in the redwoods, like you can just duck off and any minute be out in the middle of nowhere and in the trees, and there's just a really deep connection with the land here, and just not being on a permanent structure that we're all living in trailers that are, some are funky, some are definitely nicer, but just, I don't know, the atmosphere is light and comfortable, and I just feel safe here.
And I think you hit on something really interesting, which is a unique part of campus, and I think that, I mean, this is the only trailer park in the whole UC system, and probably in a lot of campuses around the country, so it really just is a unique place, and it's a space where students have the ability to decorate their trailer however they want and make this one little box like all theirs, or decorate the space and just create a space here, and we have the freedom to do that, so it is a really unique place.
It attracts a certain type of person to want to live in a trailer. I mean, the trailers can be really disgusting or awesome, however you look at it.
And then
we got a dehydrator in the back corner there. We like to, since we work at the garden, we have a lot of food all at once, and we have to dehydrate it and save it.
Yeah, we probably dehydrated like 100 pounds of persimmons this year in the trailer.
That's good. Apples and stuff. Yeah, we make our own trail mix too now. Trailer mix. Yeah.
Parky mix.
It was a shelf before, and we're just like, let's make a real shelf we can put people on. And now it kind of holds most of our blankets, but it's good to have. And then this folds out into a bed, and then if we want, we can pull this out, and it makes this whole thing one giant continuous bed, which is pretty convenient.
This is the study.
Our work.
Yeah.
Even though doing work in the trailer park is very difficult because there's always somebody socializing or doing something, so you try not to do work here. And this is our library, full of gardening books and all kinds of fun stuff that I learned about.
Here's the music room.
The music room right there. part of the wardrobe. And here's the second half of the wardrobe.
Yeah, and below the wardrobe is the laundry room.
Yep. So back here is our other bedroom and our the 6th floor, or the 5th floor, excuse me.
Yeah, 5th floor. This one's the 6th
That's the
floor.
6th floor right there.
Yeah. And obviously
the
kitchen.
Kitchen. Yeah.
So you guys got a pretty functioning
we
kitchen,
got
huh?
our food cellar down here, and pretty big beer
fridge. Like your kegerator minus
Yeah.
the keg.
Yeah,
The keg is full of water.
This is our overflow beer storage area.
I wanted to build a skylight in the bathroom. I wanted more light, and I wanted it to, after having built this one, I wanted it to be glass, because this stuff is a pain to clean.
Is this like plexiglass?
This is plexiglass.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's acrylic. And it's clear, but it's very difficult to clean, and I haven't cleaned it in a while. Whereas glass, you can clean with just about anything. And in order to be glass, but kind of dome-shaped or arch-shaped or just something besides flat, basically, it has to be faceted. And so that's where that came from. And then as soon as I decided it had to be faceted, then I wanted an octagon because I was interested in octagons. Libraries in the closet, I don't specialize in that. Yeah, so I used to have a toilet where I'm standing right now. Used to be, you know, walls all over the place. This was like very like. So anyways, it was here, and it was one of those like kind of foot pedal types.
Or you flush it. Or
Where, yeah, exactly. You hit the foot pedal and it like look like an airplane thing.
Yeah.
But none, you know, none of them really worked that effectively. It was kind of a disaster. And it used to go into a tank. One day when I was sitting on the trestle bridge that connects Seabright with the boardwalk,
Okay.
which is a relic of another time. It's a riveted iron trestle bridge. It's really a beauty. I got the inspiration for the style that I would pursue for the rest of it.
So was it quite a hefty investment?
Yeah.
Putting it in?
Yeah. Means I don't go to Burning Man this year.
Oh. So I see you have an old razor there. Looks like your grandfather.
That is literally my grandfather's razor.
That's cool. I like how you did all the upgrades on here. I like this little spice rack. Where'd you get this idea to, you know, mount that right there?
Conservation of space, mostly. Yeah, it like I got it from another parkie who had it on a countertop.
Oh, okay.
And they gave it to me. They're like, I don't have room for this.
What about this thing?
Oil and vinegar dispenser was its intended purpose of construction.
What was your
And
major, man?
and the sight gauges would read off the liquid level.
I think we all have a really respect for the forest around here, and because of that, like, we all just gravitate towards the other, and we can share that love with the forest as well as with each other.
Well, welcome to my home. This is Michael Mott Camp. We try to keep things nice and tidy. It's really, come on in.
Come on in, MTV Cribs edition, Slug edition, trailer park.
So this is my home. This is the bedroom where all the, usually in cribs this comes later, but this is coming first. This is where all the magic happens. And it's funny too, because like half of these I don't even know where they are. Like Howard Spring Quadrangle in Arizona. Never been there, but I just love maps. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, well that's the thing is when you live in a trailer, you kind of, in such a small space,
Yeah.
it all just, you have to surround yourself with what you like.
Yeah.
And it's like being inside someone's head. And so each trailer is so different that it's like, it's really, like, we do these things called trailer crawls where we'll go from trailer to trailer, and it's such a crazy experience because, like, this is, like, what it's like to be each of these people.
That's
So,
cool. So you get a little quick snap.
I think this really kind of brings back that vibe of the commune, the kind of structured community
Yeah.
that was from, not from my childhood. I was an only child, and we got really close to my parents, but there wasn't any like kind of space like this. But I think of communities like up north, Oregon, Eugene, like Humboldt, like areas where like people really strive to make a community space and do his whole mess.
Your mess, and you don't have to worry about anyone yelling at you.
Totally. So yeah, this is our kitchen. Stove works, thank goodness. It runs on propane. And this is the only utility we actually pay for here is propane. So, so like I have a couple tanks out there that I go fill up every 6 months or so.
Oh, really?
But like the water's free, electricity's free, and yeah. I'm pretty proud of my spice cabinet. Got a second row down here.
See, we're cooking aficionado here.
Impressive. Well, that's the thing is like none of us have meal plans, so you can kind of get to cook yourself and live the way you wanna.
Get some ideas with the...
And it's like it's kind of a culture shift too, because you'll be on the bus and no one talks to each other on the bus. Everyone's just like doing their own thing on their phones and stuff. And out here, it's really like encouraged to talk to other people you don't know. So like we get a lot of people who just come through here, couch surfing, studying abroad, just like visiting the park, and sometimes even like people living in the forest and like hanging out in the park.
The woodzies,
And so it's like a interesting like community, because there's like the people like me who live here all the time, and then a lot of people who just pass through here who here it's a friendly community. So we really have an open door policy.
So do you feel like this has enriched your like college experience in a way, like you feel like as if you lived off campus in a house or still living on?
I think so, yeah. And it's honestly it's such a nice place to be, and such a good community to be at that's different from the one I normally work with City on a Hill. I mean, I love the newspaper and I love the community there, but it's nice to have a break from the the crazy 7-day news week and that whole process. So it's nice being in different communities, and this is a good one to chill out. So.
How would you describe your trailer?
Well, the
I see
meatloaf.
the meatloaf,
It's a meatloaf.
So how would you describe that? Just like homey, like a homey feel, and just
Whatever a meatloaf is to you.
Okay. What does it mean to you, though?
Yeah.
Okay, so ever heard about the few things that they do here? Okay. So, have you heard about the few of the?
We have this little game called the Great Parking Challenge, and one of the challenges is that if there's some random person driving through, whether it be
with
taps,
their windows up,
windows up, or even down, like with their cameras out, looking like ultimately we want people to get out and just like hang and walk and talk and just not drive through and emit gasoline. But so it was one time a tour bus, a big giant tour bus, took a wrong turn and came into the trailer park and couldn't find its way out. And the bus driver was trying to back out, and we were helping him out just to get out of here because it was a rainy day too, and we're just trying to get him out of here. And so I knew that we had the Great Parking Challenge in mind. So me and a few of our friends, and one of the biggest challenges, they had to chase somebody out of here naked while running after them. And so the three of us, buck-ass naked, chased this tour bus out, and we're dancing around, and everybody had their cameras out, and we're all just like hooting and hollering. And so that was one little. We got a lot of points for that one.
Yeah, we got a lot of points. I've definitely seen plenty of dangling body parts in front of windows of cars with moms and grandmas. So
just walk through.
Just walk through, and if not, then hopefully you have the humor to deal with the repercussions.
Doesn't always happen.
Yeah, doesn't always happen. You might get lucky.
So
Anything that still has respect for the woods, like to partake in. I haven't really done anything, but I spend a lot of time out there, like just like in the mornings, like go out there and do some
just meditating and just breathing and
just like being there. It's so nice. Or like like taking a book and like reading out there, or just like taking your breakfast. It's really nice. So I just have to say, like, that's really how I spend my time in the upper campus woods. No, but it was the mail one, so it's like I go gnarly, and then it's like
step over here.
Look at this shit right here.
I'm gonna go show them the power trees.
Nice.
I'm gonna take you guys through the hard way.
Hey, thanks, man.
Unique, man. How you doing?
I'm great.
Is this your trailer right here?
Yeah, that's my trailer.
Well, we might come by tomorrow if you're around. We wouldn't mind.
Might be around. I think I got some breakfast or some brunch engagements,
Okay.
But, yeah. Are you guys like documentary?
Yeah,
filmmakers?
we're doing a documentary on the trailer park. Try to show a new, different view what most people know about. So.
My hat is a tea kettle. Yeah. All right. Well,
Nice
good luck
seeing
with
you
that.
around.
Yeah.
That's like the guy you just met, Oliver. He has the record for climbing it. I think he can do it
Under a minute or something.
under a minute.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's
Crazy.
like 20 minutes.
I'd die. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Really great.
really, really cool.
And
So is this your last year, or are you going to decide to stay an extra year?
this should be my last year. If I do an art major with my anthropology major, then I'll be staying here a second year, but probably gonna be my last year.
What? You had enough?
Yeah. I mean, even though it was only 2 years, I've been 4 years in school.
Yeah. Me
So.
too. Yeah.
Climbing like a ladder, there's like stairs, so you're like